2 Marvel vs Capcom videos in a row? Well, lucky you. So ever since Marvel vs Capcom Infinite has been announced, many people have been speculating on one simple question. And based on the thumbnail and title, you guys already know exactly what I'm gonna talk about. But before we get started on the subject, let's just get one thing out of the way. We have finally discovered that both Morrigan and Captain America will come back for Marvel vs Capcom Infinite. And to me this is a no-brainer considering these two have been veterans for a very long time. And in terms of sprites, Morrigan looks amazing in game while Captain America, he needs a bit more work. Now we get to the real subject at hand, which is the rumour that Marvel is not going to add any of the X-Men or Fantastic Four characters in the newest Marvel vs Capcom installment. And in the most basic of backstories, Marvel has the rights to the Avengers, Inhumans and Guardians of the Galaxy characters, while Fox has the rights to the X-Men, Fantastic Four and a few other characters here and there, which has been affecting the movies for a very long time and effectively nowadays is also affecting video games and other mediums. And because of this whole Marvel and Fox debacle, that means we're not going to see X-Men characters like Wolverine, Storm, Magneto, Sentinel or Deadpool, as well as the Fantastic Four characters like Doctor Doom and the Super-Skrull, although both Marvel and Fox share the rights to the Skrulls. And because of these complicated rights, therefore Capcom cannot use some of these characters. But let's not forget, this is all complete rumours. And also we haven't got any official word on whether this is true or not by Marvel or Capcom themselves. And yes, this is true that Marvel and Fox have some of these characters and can only use them in certain films. However, I'm not sure if this 100% affects the games. Now I'm not 100% on this, so correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I know, Marvel could actually get the rights to X-Men and Fantastic Four onto Marvel vs Capcom Infinite. However, they need to strike a deal with Fox, and in doing so and including them into the game, Fox would have to gain at least 50% of the profit from Marvel just by having these characters in the game alone. But because Marvel is a rival company to Fox, Marvel wants to bury both Fantastic Four and X-Men characters to the ground and just not use them at all. Now here's a few things that I've picked up from that suggest otherwise, and again, correct me if I'm wrong. Now Marvel have frequently been adding different content into Contest of Champions, which is essentially a mobile fighting game. And Marvel themselves have frequently been adding other mutants into the game, such as Wolverine, Nightcrawler, Phoenix, Beast, Storm, and just to name a few. And in the very early days of this game, Deadpool has been very prominent in the advertisement of this game. And this game still continues to add other X-Men characters to this very day. And the same thing pretty much applies to the Marvel Heroes game, which is essentially a free-to-play MMO. And again, that game has a lot of X-Men characters as well as Deadpool and Fantastic Four characters. And much like Contest of Champions, this game still regularly includes mutants as well as other Fantastic Four characters in the game. And the sort of final nail in the coffin is essentially Marvel and Fox both working together in making a TV series called Legion, which is all about the character under the same name who is a mutant and is also linked to the X-Men. And in order for that to work, Fox had to make a huge deal with Marvel in order to make this TV series a reality, as well as another X-Men related TV series. And many people speculate that it could be them sharing the rights to other characters in other mediums. And let's not forget, Marvel and Capcom have been using X-Men characters for their crossover games before they even used other Marvel characters. And also the X-Men have been very prominent in many games after, including the last installment, which is Ultimate Marvel vs Capcom 3. Now let's say for the sake of argument that Fox still holds the rights to all the X-Men characters as well as Fantastic Four and forbids Marvel from using them in other games. However, there's no denying that Marvel and Fox have both done a huge deal. In exchange for the Legion TV series, Fox has to give something back to Marvel, or at the very least allow Marvel to use some of Fox's characters for certain things. Now I very much doubt that Fox will hand over the rights to the X-Men characters for Marvel to use for Marvel vs Capcom Infinite, purely because X-Men is that big of a precious franchise, but the Fantastic Four on the other hand, not so much. So ideally, Fox will probably allow Marvel to use the lesser of the two franchises, meaning that they will allow Marvel to use the Fantastic Four characters. at least for this game. Meaning that the Super-Skrull will be able to come back into this game, which kinda makes sense considering both Marvel and Fox own the rights to this character anyway, according to James Gunn, while Doctor Doom might just barely scrape the cracks. Now let's face it, Doctor Doom is getting such a huge push in the new infamous Iron Man run in the Marvel Comics. Plus, at no point in any of the Marvel vs. Capcom games has Doctor Doom been associated with the Fantastic Four. As a matter of fact, Doctor Doom has been more associated with either Iron Man or the Avengers within the Marvel vs. Capcom games. Also add into consideration that Doctor Doom is one of the most popular characters in the Marvel vs. Capcom games, and he is also Marvel's #1 biggest villain of all time. And let's face it, after Fox's shitty reboot of the Fantastic Four film last year, do you really think they're gonna touch this franchise again? Fox clearly has no plans for these characters, so it makes perfect sense if they allowed Marvel to have Doctor Doom in a game at least. And even if Doom or any of the other X-Men characters don't make it into this roster, there is a fair chance that Capcom and Marvel might add these characters for DLC, which is apparently a huge loophole in avoiding Fox from gaining any of the profit. And even if they don't make it onto DLC, then chances are Capcom will make an ultimate version of the game which will include even more characters, which kinda destroys all fear from these characters not making it into the final product. So I suggest if you really want these characters in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, make your voices known and Capcom will eventually listen. And considering how Capcom and Marvel are still developing the game, chances are they might be able to squeeze a few of these characters into the final roster. In conclusion, do I think Doom and the X-Men characters will not make it into Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite? It's too early to say. At the minute all there is just rumours and speculations. And considering how it's still in development, chances are they might include some of these characters onto the final roster, if the demand is big enough. So the moral of this video is, take a grain of salt and relax. Just be patient and wait until there's official word on this subject matter. And I'm sorry if I said anything that's completely inaccurate to the real story, but this is all my speculations and what I'm saying through my understanding of things. So feel free to comment down below and correct me on certain things. And if you really enjoy my channel and this video, please give me a like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, take care and have a good one.